Lewis Hamilton just delivered a performance so impressive, so unexpected, and so emotional that many are calling it the most iconic moment of his time with Ferrari so far. What started as a disappointing weekend with a nightmare qualifying session and rising pressure on the Maranello team turned into one of the most spectacular comebacks of the 2025 Formula One season, and it wasn't just about making up places on the grid. Hamilton overtook his own teammate, silenced critics, and, right in front of tens of thousands of shocked Ferrari fans, proved once again that you should never count him out. This recovery wasn't about luck. It didn't come from chaos or random chances. It was calculated, relentless, and strategic, and it left Ferrari, especially Charles Leclerc, completely speechless. To truly understand what happened at the Imola Grand Prix, we need to go back to the start of the weekend. Things looked promising on Friday. Both Ferrari drivers reported good balance during free practice, and Hamilton seemed to have taken a step forward with the car. There was hope that this would be a turning point for Ferrari after a rough start to the season. But then came Saturday, and everything fell apart. The SF25 once again struggled in cold conditions during qualifying. Ferrari couldn't get the tyres into the right working window when it mattered most. The result? Both Hamilton and Leclerc were eliminated in Q2, right in front of the home crowd, the press, and the entire F1 world. Hamilton would start 12th. Leclerc was just ahead. For a team that had come into the weekend hoping to close the gap to McLaren and Red Bull, it was a total disaster. The atmosphere inside the Ferrari garage said it all. Heads down, arms crossed, and tense radio communications. Another home race looked like it was slipping away. But Lewis Hamilton doesn't accept defeat, and he certainly doesn't go down quietly. Especially not when there's still a race left to run. From the moment the lights went out on Sunday, Hamilton wasn't just racing for points. He was racing to change the story. He looked like a man on a mission from the very first lap. Now, Imola is known for being a difficult track when it comes to overtaking, but that didn't stop him. Every opportunity that came his way, Hamilton grabbed it with aggressive precision. No contact, no mistakes. In just the first 10 laps, he was slicing through the midfield with almost surgical accuracy. Meanwhile, chaos was unfolding up front. Max Verstappen made a daring move at the Tamburello corner to snatch the lead from Oscar Piastri. McLaren got caught up in a strategic mess, trying to react to Red Bull's pit stop plans. Piastri even suffered a painfully slow pit stop, which cost McLaren valuable time. The race quickly turned into a battle of who could adapt and take advantage of the unfolding situation. Even though Hamilton wasn't originally in the fight for the podium, he kept pushing. His tyre management was brilliant. He stayed out longer on the medium tyres, keeping his pace consistent while others began to fade. Then the first twist of fate arrived. Esteban Ocon retired with a mechanical failure, triggering a virtual safety car. Ferrari used this chance to adjust their strategy. Suddenly, Hamilton found himself just outside the top 6, and then came the real turning point. On lap 46, Kimi Antonelli's engine failed, bringing out a full safety car. The field bunched up. What followed was a 10-lap sprint to the finish. Verstappen was vulnerable. The McLarens were unsteady, and Hamilton, he was ready. As soon as the safety car pulled in, Hamilton attacked. He went after Alex Albon with total confidence, forcing an error at the Rivazza corner and making a clean pass. But what really shocked everyone came just moments later. Hamilton was now right behind Charles Leclerc. Leclerc has long been seen as Ferrari's golden boy. Imola is his territory. He has always qualified ahead of Hamilton at this track. But in these final laps, none of that mattered. Hamilton found grip where no one thought it existed. He placed his car perfectly, used DRS at exactly the right moment, and executed a clean and devastating overtake that left Leclerc behind. The look on Leclerc's face after the race said everything. He hadn't just been beaten, he had been overtaken by his own teammate in front of the home crowd, at a track where he was supposed to shine. Hamilton finished the race in 4th place. It was his best Sunday result so far this season, and he did it after starting 8 spots behind Leclerc on the grid. That kind of result isn't just about numbers on a screen, it's a message. To the team, to the paddock, and to the fans. And then came the final moment. After the race, Hamilton got out of the car, waved to the crowd, and dedicated the performance to the tifosi. "This one was for them," he said. "They deserved something. Today." The roar from the grandstands was more than support. It was relief. Hamilton had given the fans a reason to believe again, and he didn't do it through strategy games or lucky breaks with safety cars. He earned every single position on track with pure talent and determination. So what does this mean for Ferrari moving forward? First, it puts pressure inside the team. Charles Leclerc has been the face of Ferrari for years, but Hamilton is now proving that even in a car he's still getting used to, he can deliver better results when it really counts. That changes the conversation internally. Who leads development now? Who gets priority in tight races? These are questions Ferrari must start answering soon. Second, it gives Hamilton a major boost at a crucial time in the season. With Monaco and Barcelona just around the corner, two tracks that demand confidence and perfect car setup, this result comes at exactly the right time. Hamilton now has both the confidence and momentum to keep pushing forward. After a rocky start to his Ferrari journey, this comeback feels like a turning point, a moment when Hamilton stopped being the new guy and started becoming the leader of the team. Finally, it reignites hope that this project can still succeed. Hamilton and Ferrari, the most iconic name in Formula One and the sport's most successful driver, might still find magic together. But for that to happen, Ferrari needs to provide the right tools. The brakes need to work. The strategy must be sharp. The upgrades need to arrive on time. Because now that Hamilton is showing what he's capable of, the team no longer has any excuses. This race raised big questions. Was this Hamilton's most important drive in red so far? Was this the moment he finally established himself at Ferrari? Not just in name, but in performance and presence? After weeks of setbacks, doubts, and growing frustration, this race reminded the world and his team why Hamilton is still the fiercest competitor on the grid. And what about Leclerc? He should be worried, not just because of this race result, but because of the shift happening within Ferrari. The dynamic is changing. For Ferrari fans, the emotions after this race were mixed. Pride in Hamilton's determination, concern over Leclerc's position, and maybe, just maybe, cautious optimism that the tide is finally turning, because what we saw in Imola wasn't just a performance, it was a statement, a glimpse of what Ferrari can be if everything falls into place, if the car continues to improve, if the internal chemistry gets stronger, if Hamilton's experience and Leclerc's speed can work together rather than against each other. And that's the big question. From here on, can Ferrari capitalize on this momentum? Can they use this result not just as a win, but as something more valuable? A launchpad for real progress. This race showed that even starting mid-pack, there's still fire in that garage, that this team knows how to adapt, that they're not just passengers in this championship, they're ready to shake things up. With Monaco and Barcelona on the horizon, the next few weeks will be critical. The midfield is tighter than ever. McLaren is in incredible form. Red Bull, while still strong, no longer looks invincible. The opportunity is there, but only for those brave enough to take it, brave enough to push the limits, brave enough to keep their foot down when others lift off. And after what we just saw at Imola, it's clear, Lewis Hamilton isn't lifting. He's pushing, he's fighting, he's finding speed where no one else is. He's showing Ferrari what it really means to believe, not in marketing slogans or promises, but in raw, relentless action on the track.